Hello. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel, Vision, Hustle, Freedom. If you end up liking my message today, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't. I would truly appreciate it. I'm going to get right into it. I got two questions for you and for anybody that ends up watching this video. And I got two questions for you if you want to succeed. The first one is, what are you willing to try? What are you willing to try? Are you willing to do what needs to get done and try the proven things in order to be successful, in order to feel fulfilled, in order to feel like you're doing something with your life and having some purpose and some meaning behind it? What are you willing to try? Are you willing to try getting up earlier? Are you willing to try taking the TV out of your room and replacing it with a book on your nightstand? Are you willing to try changing from Netflix to YouTube? Changing from watching shows to watching documentaries or videos that inspire, empower, educate, and give you new perspectives? See, when you're trying to grow and you're trying to really become successful, these are the little tweaks that you're gonna have to make in order to really streamline that process. I'm not gonna say you can't do it without making those tweaks, but it'll take a lot longer and it may or may not end up happening. But if you make these tweaks, it's almost guaranteed to work. It's not easy. You got to do a little bit at once instead of all at once, just like I preach in my other videos, because if you try to do it all at once, you're never going to stick with it. So get real with yourself and ask yourself, what am I willing to try? Because if you really want to succeed, if you really want to have your life mean something, if you really want to leave a legacy, you're going to have to try things and you're going to have to implement things. So, what are you willing to try? Ask yourself that and start making some tweaks. And the other question I have is, what are you willing to sacrifice? See, it almost goes hand in hand with what are you willing to try. But on your journey towards success and fulfillment, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. You're gonna outgrow the old you. And you're gonna have to sacrifice friends and nights out. And if you really get serious, you're gonna have to sacrifice some time drinking or eating fast food, and you're gonna have to replace it with more valuable things. What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to maybe cut ties or lower the presence of people that aren't going anywhere in their life? Just because they're not going anywhere in their life doesn't mean that they're not allowed to be in your life if you still want them there, as long as they're not holding you back purposely and being jealous or hating on you or not wanting to see you succeed. But you have to be picky about the energy in your circle once you start getting really serious about success, because they're ultimately going to have an influence on you. So it's time to get real with yourself and really evaluate your circle. Like I said, just because people aren't going anywhere with their life doesn't mean they're a bad person. You can still have room for them, but you've got to compartmentalize that and understand that they're going to have a lower presence in your life. You just can't spend as much time with them because they're going to drag you down, whether they mean to or not. What else are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to give up drinking? Are you willing to give up smoking? You have to sacrifice some short-term pleasures that do nothing for you, whether that is going out with friends that just want to mess around and joke around and talk about old times, or whether that is drinking less nights per week or cutting out drinking at all. If you want to grow and grind and be successful and make something with your life, it's not easy. You're choosing the harder path. You're sacrificing the easy way out right now But your life is going to be a lot easier in 5 to 10 years than people who didn't ever sacrifice, than people who just wasted their time sitting around watching Netflix, wasting their money on Netflix, wasting their money on DoorDash, wasting their money on wine and beer and Fireball or whatever they're wasting it on. Because that's another thing. Not only when you do all of that stuff are you wasting your time and your brain space and your future and your energy, but you're wasting so much money on meaningless things that provide zero value. You have to get very, very intentional about getting value out of your time, out of your energy, out of your thoughts, out of your mindset. If you're not getting value out of something, it's not worth your time. So keep that in mind, because think about it this way. You're like double or tripling down on your long-term success when you do cut out drinking, Netflix, stuff like that, because you're wasting less money, and that money can go towards an emergency fund. And then when your emergency fund is full, you can pay off your debts. And then once your debts and your emergency fund are fulfilled, then you can start investing and putting money away. And you're ultimately not only going to become somebody with a very valuable mind and a very valuable mindset, but also you're going to have a very valuable portfolio and net worth, and you're going to ultimately have a much better future. And you can then give. You can give back to others and it won't hurt you. You can donate. You can buy people things if you want. You can get others on that path of success, and you can pay it forward. So that's some thoughts I have on my mind today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Normally I don't make videos in my car, but these are some thoughts that are on my mind that I wanted to share. And excuse me for that. If you like this, please drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you thought. Subscribe, it's truly appreciated. I appreciate everybody who is watching these videos and engaging. Have a wonderful day. Let's grow, let's grind, let's get better.